Do you believe Donald Trump was picked by God?
Absolutely.
Do you think the earth is round or flat?
Definitely not round.
Never mind. Maybe it's a YouTuber. Can we react to this? Is that fine? Holy shit. Yeah, never mind. She shouldn't have a vote. Am I nuts? Should she be allowed to vote? Okay, I think let them vote and then at the end ask them qualifying questions, and then we don't have to tell anybody, but if you do pick the earth is flat and then progressively down there, like, sure, your vote counts, but like fucking, let's say one vote is 10 points, you get like fucking 8 points on your vote if you think the earth is fucking flat. If you're like, yeah, God ordained Donald Trump to be president, 7. Gay people shouldn't be able to live. Yeah, you get down to 2/5 of a vote. Let them vote, but only in the middle.
You think it's flat?
I would say flat to concave would be the answer, yes.
Flat to concave? So what's it on top of? When the boomers are gone, we're going to be in a better world, I swear. I tried to look at her shirt. Donald Trump, but someday soon, sane people in our country. So was this during the JFK, RFK is going to come back saga? When did this is 7 hours old.
Is JFK alive?
Yes.
Big QAnon. This was so this is just like a hot reel of like the stuff over the years, because this is peak Q, like Trump won, the fucking like moving into Biden stuff, like, oh, the fuck, what they call it, the Kraken. This lady's crazy. Can you imagine being normal and getting in this?
JFK, President John Fitzgerald Kennedy is alive. He's 108 years old, and he has access to a med bed. And that was his body double that was killed on November 22nd, 1963.
Okay, I'm detecting some idiosyncrasies here that are mappable onto many other boomers. So the med bed, the boomers are obsessed with the med bed. They're obsessed with body doubles taking over for like all of the politicians and celebrities. Have you guys heard of the med bed? It cures all of your problems. If you are a mortal creature with cells and a body, it will fix you. But they're keeping it secret.
Mr. Tippett was killed.
Oh, and if Trump wins, he's going to give med beds and make them public. But has he done that? No. Med beds he is going to expose and make it so that all the boomers with their healthcare problems could have med beds.
Oh, John F. Kennedy is still alive, and he's 108, and he's just he has a
he's
what?
Kicking it.
A med bed.
What is a med bed?
A med bed basically makes your body brand new every time you sit in it.
Wow.
And it rejuvenates your body. So
how?
And JFK Jr. said
how?
we can live 1,000 years with the med beds.
Wowzers.
So this technology existed all those years ago?
We've had it, and they kept it from us. That's one of the reasons why our own government did 9/11 and our so-called allies to keep us from it.
Wait, why? Why would what?
They kept 6,000 cures and technologies from us with Nazara. Nazara is very real.
What's Nazara? We're good. We're going a mile a minute here, but what's Nazara?
The National Economic Security and Recovery Act, and it has a whole bunch of things. And that's one of the reasons why our own government did 9/11.
I know.
Okay. What happened on 9/11? There's like two options. Neither of them are great. One of them makes a little bit more sense. Number one, nobody was at fault except inadequate American intelligence. Because it seems to be the case that we were pretty aware that something was going to happen. And they got through anyway. And then after the fact, people like Dick Cheney saw an opportunity to profit, and they positioned George W. Bush, an impressionable, youngish guy at the time, to finish what his father kind of started a little bit, and to continue their occupation in the Middle East and get oil. Or all of that still happened, but they knew ahead of time and were like, we'll let one through. That's the most nefarious I think 9/11 gets, is we'll let one through, which is pretty fucking bad. I think it's more likely it was ineptitude, because it seems like those agencies just didn't, like always, they just didn't communicate, because we're so fractured and singular, and the states don't interact with each other, and the organizations don't, and so yeah. But anyway, she does sound like Roseanne Barr. She did. It could also just be all of Hassan's fault. That's true.
What does the shirt mean?
Well, the story with Trump is they're related, so the Kennedys are related, and there's more to the story behind the scene of military operation things going on. So this is the Kings right here.
This is the Kings, so you don't like them? You love them. So they're good? Kings are good?
I think I heard all of it from the last woman I talked to. John F. Kennedy Sr., JFK Jr., both, died, but they're not really dead. JFK is Q+, and that he is the one who's kind of in charge of everything right now. Is that basically it?
I would say yes.
So JFK, the Kennedys are related, and Trump is related to them. Don't get it. It's all bloodlines, dude. By the way that this makes him look fucking nuts. Looks like we're a little inbred.
So, JFK, saying JFK Sr. is alive, when he was famously, shot in the head, and there's film of that.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say that's just not possible. What's your response to that?
Well, the problem is they didn't show the whole tape, so they kept parts of the tape.
Mm-hmm. Did he put the flap of skull back on? Because I saw the flap. The flap was the most interesting part to me. I was like, oh, there's a flap on top of his head. That's weird. How'd the flap get there? Well, you see, your shit's still connected, even if it flaps.
That should have been to the public. So there's a lot of nefarious things going on, and that.
God, can you imagine? We could have had a better, more high definition tape of a similar event. Oh, the Zapruder film, but in 4K. Fuck, that would have gone so hard. We basically got that. You know what happened is we got a sort of less satisfying, but still fine Kirk situation. Not what you wanted, but it's like, you're reaching for an apple up high in the tree, and you realize you can't reach it, and you look down, and there's one kind of in the bucket, and there's one bite taken out of it. It's still an apple.
That's why there's been questions about that, just like 9/11. You need to put the whole truth to the public, and if not, people are going to research and go down the rabbit holes and get the truth.
And the truth is that JFK Sr. is alive right now.
Yes.
Look at
He survived it. How?
the fake Bidens that you had. I mean, I grew up
What
in
am I
Delaware. I
seeing?
know that Biden was not the Biden I'm.
Okay, women for Trump. What is this? What am I seeing here? I thought I saw a minion that was a Hasidic Jewish person at the same time, but I don't know if that's exactly what I'm seeing. I think maybe I don't.
Met in Delaware and shook his hand at Little League games because he did
Is this just supposed to be her? Maybe.
Day many times. He had blue eyes. That Biden had black eyes.
He also got old and probably got a facelift before he ran for president. No?
No, definitely
No, probably not.
not the same Biden. Nope. No. Ears attached, not attached. That doesn't change.
Who are the other people that have been replaced by body doubles?
Oh, how many? I mean, look at all. No, I can't tell you this because I've done the research. Look at
I can't tell you this because I've done the research. What?
the past and the present and compare. Compare Congress, compare everybody.
Everybody is body doubled? Aging is a myth. I bet this guy looked just like this when he was a young man. I bet this lady right here can't even tell the difference.
Don't look the same.
We're in a revolution of change, and Trump is one of the front mans, and he's helping.
Front mans. Fuck, dude. I want health. Let me just start off by saying I want health care for everybody. Universal health care, housing, education, food, etc. That said, we have a problem when we do not educate people because now they're all able to survive technically into old age, but they're not doing it because they're capable or smart and surviving the world with their brains. They are literally given a world that is still brutal and awful. They're given a fighting chance, and a lot of people make it to the 60s and 70s because it's like a slow brutality of grinding you, right? And I think that's where we're at. Let me just say we have not been served by having high survival rates for stupid people, but I still want all of them to survive. I just want them to be not stupid. We could do both. We don't have to be stupid and dead. We could be alive and smart. No one will ever live past 120. Yeah, I don't care. I couldn't give a shit. I think it doesn't matter.
But when you have all these people that are down the line, Kennedys,
Just
Elvis
high quality
Presley,
of life, all that
people,
matters. We could live for fucking 30 years and we should still be doing. In fact, I think if we lived for 30 years, maybe it would be worse or maybe it would be better. I can't tell. Maybe it would be worse with war apes, just the way we are. We're so fucking, we scramble and scramble and scramble. Maybe we just take it easy and realize we're already here.
they're related. And
Wait, is Elvis Presley alive?
yes.
Why are they all alive, medbeds?
That's an old one.
Yeah, but a lot of people have known.
Okay.
And then why is he talking about Graceland lately? And so, but a lot of people just have to do the research. So, I mean,
Oh, so you think Trump was, when he was in Memphis a month and a half ago, he went to Graceland because of something with Elvis being alive?
There's a lot of comms, and if you really listen to numbers like 17 sevens, and there's the God's numbers, you connect the dots. But what's happening is we're trying to keep people safe and let it out to the world. And you can't expose everything right away. They're doing a
Oh my God. It's always this kind of like drip feed. We're going to get there someday, but never actually do cult shit. Every single time. These people are fucking crazy, man. She's nuts. She walks among you. You've seen her at the fucking store buying American flag Budweisers. Why are we trusting Trump then? Because he's a king and he's related to the Kennedys. Don't you see how that's good?
lot of the operation behind the scenes. So it's exciting. Gitmo's pretty busy right now.
Gitmo's busy? Why?
Gitmo?
Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daddy.
Who's in Gitmo right
A
now?
lot. I can't really put that information out. Everybody's gonna.
Why can't you put it? I don't. That's what I don't understand. Why can't you put it out? You saw it online. Like, what's the difference?
True. What's your deal? Why can't you? Don't have clearance?
I choose what I want to say and what I don't want to say, so everybody will find out.
So you know how Trump
Yeah, okay. Oh, cool. Some fucking weirdos. I think to some degree, like, that lady had some idea that she was full of shit based on that response, right? Well, I just, doesn't sound like she's 100% confident.
always says central casting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know who's alive and who's dead. People we think that are dead are alive, and people we think are alive are dead. I'm just,
What's an example of that besides JFK Jr.? What's an example of that? Biden?
Well, yeah, Trump even put he retruth something on was it on Truth, or he redid something on X that said that he was executed in 2020, and he had a funeral. His inauguration was actually a military funeral.
What, bro? So Donald Trump, I mean, you could put this in the case against Donald Trump, by the way. Like, misinformation harms people because she's like, well, the president wouldn't lie. Like, ugh. Their heads aren't useful vessels for their brains. There's no reason for them to be there.
Just ask Derek Johnson.
Who?
Here's my question for you. No, I have a question about this. No, totally. So you think that Joe Biden died in 2020 or 2019 or something? He was killed by the military or something before he was elected president. And then they had somebody playing Biden who was like, kind of seemed like they were a little slow. They were slowing down, like Grandpa was slowing down, had a terrible debate performance. What? But why would you act like why would you act like that and be like, okay, Trump's going to just take over he's going to win now because of this terrible debate performance?
Right, so why wouldn't Trump be behind it?
We've been dealing with the wickedness, and that's why we're here this weekend. The wickedness that has been running the country.
So the med beds, which made JFK Sr. able to live till 108 now, and JFK Jr. is alive and well. We'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
Those med beds are the reason that the U.S. government did 9/11 in 2001.
It's 6,000 cures and technologies.
Dude, is she Roseanne Barr's sister or something? They're so similar.
It's the fact that it reverts every law
Can we pause on the 9/11 thing? What does that have to do with 9/11?
because our own government did 9/11.
Why is that the connection, bro?
But what's that have to do with the med beds?
Because it's all connected to Nazara. So they stole the gold that was underneath Building 7, our own
Underneath
government,
9/11.
and
She almost
so-called allies stole the gold. The
They
gold
stole
was going to be used to pay back the British crown because our government was hijacked from Britain in 1871, and we've been slaves to the British crown ever since.
Look, 1871's a little late for when we got rid of the British crown.
And we finally had the gold to pay back the British crown and be free again. And that was all supposed to happen September 11th. And Nizara, which was part of it, is releasing of 6,000 cures and technologies they kept from all of us, including the cure for cancer.
I have to know where you get your news because some of this sounds a little out there to me.
Okay. That's okay. I get my news from all kinds of different sources. Like I said, I run around in different circles than you.
Can you tell me some of the where can I see this news?
You could start doing your research. And
What does that mean? It's always do your research. It sounds like when you ask them about it, they don't actually have an answer to give you, and also are not confident that the answers they do have to give are correct or will, not make you, you're going to think they're fucking crazy when they say it. They don't sound convicted at all, but they still live their lives by it. Isn't that weird? This happens with Christians too all the time. Weird.
Hanging around with the right people.
It's like what you will talk yourself into. Like, oh, I just took that position. Why? Like, what's it grounded in? Well, I took the position, so now I have to have it. I can't think about any of the reasoning.
Right people or wrong people?
Well, the right people. You'll find that out soon enough. You'll find that out soon enough. And you're going to find out, I want you to mark that, because you're going to find out Mickey Lynn Larson Olsen on this day told you everything that you didn't believe.
Why do you think the earth is flat?
Why does Google Maps and keep a lot of stuff out? Like, why do you go to different areas where you're flying and you can't pass over Iceland, but you have to go around? So there's a lot of things that if you start connecting the dots will make sense, and you find out that we aren't around. It's not round. But it's good because I did the research on it, so everybody...
It's always doing the research. So people saying stuff and then you believe in it isn't research. You've never done research. I think they mean visiting a website. Can we agree that visiting a website isn't research?
Has to do their own research, and it's exciting when you find out the truth.
And, what about the scientists who have researched this, the astronauts who have gone to space, seen the Earth, gone to the moon? What about them?
You just have to look at the videos. I mean, it just proves itself. Like why are there shadows and like there's so much.
Why are there shadows? What?
Like it's so much comedy. So the bottom line is,
'Cause light.
We haven't been there.
Would you want
'Cause
Trump
photons
to run in 2028?
I think he'll be giving it back.
Just giving it?
Stolen.
But this is his second term though, and you only get 2 terms.
Technically his third. He told you he was the dash too. He was commander-in-chief. Biden never got the biscuit.
Wait, so Donald Trump has been president for the last 9
military,
years?
Commander-in-chief. Yes. Okay. Absolutely.
Of the military? Why do they think Donald Trump was commander-in-chief when he went in between presidencies? They can't even fathom that he would have lost. They're like, the denial runs so deep that he can't even not be president during that time, and he's been violating the Constitution multiple times, so it doesn't matter. This is crazy.
He told you that in front of the generals at the Pentagon.
Okay.
If you listen.
But Joe Biden was president for 4 years.
That's why they raided Mar-a-Lago to get the biscuit, because he didn't have the nuclear codes. Jen Psaki said, we'd love to talk to Space Force if they've reached out to us. What president can't get a hold of the military?
The auto pen was president, right? The auto pen was president. Joe Biden was asleep or pooping in his pants when he went to see the Pope.
Last time we spoke.
But she doesn't even agree that it was Joe Biden. So it was an actor pretending to poop his pants, but they couldn't get the nuclear codes that they wanted from the real president who was actually in charge? This isn't a real conflict. This is like an AI slop script from their brains.
You talked to Devram, my partner, and you talked about COVID.
Yes.
How COVID was see sheep surrender.
Yes. COVID-19. Yes. So COVID, C, right? And then Ovid is sheep. And then 19 is military first, surrender. But before that, it was corona, right? It was a coronavirus. So that's 6 letters, right? And in gematria, which is A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, Y is 25, Z is 26. When you add all the numbers in the alphabet together, it comes to 351.
Whoa.
If you add God communicates through numbers, it comes to 351. Well, corona, when you add the numerical value of corona, it's 66. So you add 666. So when we figured that out, they changed it to COVID-19.
Oh. Alrighty. That's my 10 minutes of pain. I think that's fine. I think we're good there. I think the rot has settled in. My brain is poofed into powder. You could snort my brain right now. That's how much damage has been done. It's over for me. I done been cocained. Obviously, it's so clear that this is happening. Obviously. Yes. Yes, of course.